Hello, friends. My name is Kelly O'Brien, and I am a college student at Susquehanna University, right down the road from the library. I am studying early childhood education, so I want to be a teacher. I plan to teach any grade between kindergarten and fourth grade. So I'm super excited and super honored to read to you guys one of my favorite stories. It's called Strega Nona, and it is illustrated and written by Tomie dePaola. So he is the one who wrote the words in the story and he drew the pictures. So if we look at this picture right here, he drew this. And looking at this is our title cover. So I want you guys to look at the title cover and can you predict what you think the story is going to be about based off of the illustrations? For example, do you think it's going to be about this lady right here? Maybe she's the main character. Maybe it's about the animals. Or possibly it could be a story about the lady who is cooking something. So if you want to take time to pause the video and turn to somebody sitting right near you and make some predictions about what you think this story is going to be about. All right, we are going to move to our first page. So this is Strega Nona. In a town in Calabria, a long time ago, there lived an old lady everyone called Strega Nona, which meant Grandma Witch. Although all the people in town talked about her in whispers, they all went to see her if they had troubles. Even the priests and the sisters of the covenant went, because Strega Nona did have a magic touch. So we know that the story is probably going to be about Strega Nona, who is down at the bottom of this picture, the older lady. And Strega Nona means Grandma Witch, so we know she's an older character. All right, let's move on. She could cure a headache with oil and water and a hairpin. She made special potions for the girls who wanted husbands, and she was very good at getting rid of warts. And warts are kind of like pimples, they pop out on your face. So she had all these magic powers and can help cure and help people. But Strega Nona was getting old, and she needed someone to help her keep her little house and garden, so she put up a sign in the town square. Here's Strega Nona, and she's putting up her sign. She needs help to help keep her house clean. So I want you guys to stop and think about a time that you ever needed help. Maybe you had to ask a friend to help clean up your toys or help you with some chores around the house. Or maybe you had to ask a teacher or a friend or maybe your parent to pick something up or reach something on the top shelf that you couldn't get to. So I want you guys to stop and think of a time you needed help for something and how you asked for that help. Did you ask the person? Did you tell the person? So think of some ways that you asked somebody for help. All right. We're going to move on. And Big Anthony, who didn't pay attention, went to see her. Anthony, said Strega Nona, you must sweep the house and wash the dishes. You must weed the garden and pick the vegetables. You must feed the goat and milk her, and you must fetch the water. For this I will give you 3 coins and a place to sleep and food to eat. Oh, grazie, which means thank you, said Big Anthony. The one thing you must never do, said Strega Nona, is touch the pasta pot. It is very valuable and I don't let anyone touch it. So we see here the bottom right corner, she's pointing to her pasta pot. Big Anthony must not touch that. That is the one thing that Big Anthony cannot do. Oh, see, yes, said Big Anthony. And so, one evening, when Big Anthony was milking the goat, he heard Strega Nona singing. Peeking in the window, he saw Strega Nona standing over the pasta pot. So there she is with her pot. She sang, bubble, bubble, pasta pot. Boil me some pasta, nice and hot. I'm hungry and it's time to sup. Boil enough pasta to fill me up. And the pasta pot bubbled and boiled and was suddenly filled with streaming hot pasta. As we can see in the picture, it's all the pasta is starting to come out of the pot and the steam is rising. Then Strega Nona sang, enough, enough, pasta pot. I have my pasta, nice and hot, so simmer down my pot of clay until I'm hungry another day. How wonderful, said Big Anthony. That's a magic pot for sure. blow 3 kisses to the magic pasta pot. And this is what happened. The next day, when Big Anthony went to the town square to fetch the water, he told everyone about the pasta pot. And naturally, everyone laughed at him because it sounded so silly, a pot that cooked all by itself. "I'll show them," he said to himself. "Someday I will get the pasta pot and make it cook, and then they'll be sorry." So, let's stop and think. If you were the townspeople and you saw Big Anthony and he told you that he saw a magic pot, would you believe him, or would you laugh at him like the townspeople did? So you can take a moment to pause the video and tell somebody sitting near you what you think you would do if somebody told you they found a magic pasta pot. All right, we will continue. That day came sooner than even Big Anthony would have thought, because 2 days later, Strega Nona said to Big Anthony, "Anthony, I must go over the mountain to the next town to see my friend, Strega Amelia." So, Strega Nona is leaving town. What do you think Big Anthony is going to do when Strega Nona leaves? Do you think he's going to touch the magic pot, or do you think he'll leave the magic pot alone? Now remember, Big Anthony is not allowed to touch the magic pot. That is the one thing Big Anthony cannot do. So, what do you think he is going to do when Strega Nona leaves? You can pause the video now and predict what you think is going to happen. As soon as Strega Nona was out of sight, Big Anthony went inside, pulled the pasta pot off the shelf, and put it on the floor. "Now, let's see if I can remember the words," said Big Anthony. And Big Anthony sang, "Bubble, bubble, pasta pot, boil me some pasta nice and hot. I'm hungry and it's time to sup. Boil enough to fill me up." And sure enough, the pot bubbled and boiled and began to fill up with pasta. There he is, making some pasta with Strega Nona's magic pasta pot, which he wasn't supposed to do. So were your predictions right? Did you predict that he was going to touch the pot, or did you predict wrong? Did you predict that he wasn't going to touch the pot, but he ended up touching it? So let's see what happens next. "Aha," said Big Anthony, and he ran to the town square, jumped out on the fountain, and shouted, "Everyone, get forks and plates, and platters and bowls. Pasta for all at Strega Nona's house. Big Anthony has made the magic pasta pot work." Of course everyone laughed, but ran home to get forks and plates and platters and bowls, and sure enough, when they got to Strega Nona's, the pasta was so full it was beginning to overflow. Uh-oh, that does not sound good. Let's see what happens next. When all had had their fill, Big Anthony sang, "Enough, enough, my pasta pot. I have my pasta nice and hot, so simmer down, my pot of clay, until I'm hungry another day." But at last he did not blow the 3 kisses. Remember, those 3 kisses are important. In order to stop the pasta from growing, you have to blow those 3 kisses. But Big Anthony did not. He went outside to the applause of the crowd, Big Anthony took a bow. He was so busy listening to compliments from everyone that he didn't notice the pasta pot was still bubbling and boiling, until a sister from the Covenant said, "Oh, Big Anthony, look!" And pasta was pouring out of the pot all over the floor of Strega Nona's house and was coming out the door. Big Anthony rushed in and shouted the magic words again, but the pot kept bubbling. He took the pot off the floor, but pasta kept pouring from it. Big Anthony grabbed a cover and put it on the pot and sat on it. But the pasta raised the cover, and Big Anthony as well, and spilled on the floor of Strega Nona's house. Oh no, it looks like Big Anthony is in a twist here. Let's see if he can solve it. "Stop!" yelled Big Anthony. The townspeople began to worry. "Do something, Big Anthony," they shouted. Big Anthony sang the magic song again, but without the 3 kisses, it did no good. By this time, the pasta was on its way down the road, and all the people were running to keep ahead of it. There they are, running away from the pasta. "We must protect our town from the pasta," shouted the mayor. "Get She sang the magic song and blew the 3 kisses, and when they sputtered, the pot stopped boiling and the pasta came to a halt. "Oh, Grazi, thank you, Strega Nona," the people cried. So, let's think about this. Why were the townspeople so happy? What did Strega Nona do to make them so thankful? Remember what we just read. The pasta was overflowing the town, and Strega Nona came back and she blew her 3 kisses, and what happened to the pasta? Alright, we're going to move on. "Now wait," said Strega Nona, "the punishment must fit the crime," and she took a fork from a lady standing nearby and held it out to Big Anthony. "All right, Anthony, you wanted pasta from my magic pasta pot," Strega Nona said, "and I want to sleep in my little bed tonight, so start eating." So, what do you think Big Anthony is going to do? Do you think he will eat all the pasta, or do you think he'll say no? All right, so if you want to take a moment to pause this video and predict what you think Big Anthony will do. All right. And he did. Poor Big Anthony. So he did end up eating all the pasta. Did you predict right? Did you say that Big Anthony would eat the pasta, or did you say that he wouldn't? Well, he did. So now I want to ask you, if you were Big Anthony, would you be able to eat all that pasta, or would you probably get full before that happened? I know I would probably get full. I cannot eat that much pasta. So that is the end of our story. I want to thank you guys so much for following along with me, guys. You were such great readers. I hope you enjoyed this story just as much as I did. And thank you again for tuning in.